It's Friday, December 17th. And it's the Soapbox. And I got Dave here. I got Marvel's Batman here. That's what they call Daredevil, I think.
I suppose you could call Daredevil that. You could call Black Panther that, but nobody grappled like Hawkeye did in that episode.
They totally ripped off that scene from Batman Begins. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty much exactly the scene from Batman Begins. But yeah, we're
He's
here.
the hero that what's the line? Here's the hero that I'm gonna mess
the
it up.
one that
That's
started
right.
the quote. You know who I haven't seen lately? I haven't seen Dr. Jones. He must be really busy.
Mm.
He usually hangs out in the soapbox, but
we decreased the number of people watching.
It's fine. It's okay. It's fine because I put them up. I put them up the following week so that people can watch them if they want and see us banter about ridiculous shit. I think we were all over the place. I think last week I spent a bunch of time talking about all the different things I've been watching. But I have been watching those X-Men animateds, and I think I told you that the other day.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
It's pretty cool. I'm almost. My next episode is a Christmas episode, and I was like, I'm gonna save that one for tomorrow just to have it.
I feel like it's weird because when I started watching reruns of those shows, like in the late 90s or 2000s or whatever, I'd catch it on TV. It was always the Phoenix Saga, and
yeah,
I always at weird points in the Phoenix Saga, and I think I confused myself as to what the storyline was.
You know why that is because statistically, you have a good chance of an episode being a Phoenix Saga because it was the longest story they told on that show. So I think it's like 8 or 9 episodes because they do the Phoenix Saga and then they do the Dark Phoenix Saga. They do 3 episodes, just 3 random episodes in between it, and then they do the second.
They go to space.
So it's like 9 episodes total out of all whatever 100 something episodes. So you have like a 10% chance of flipping on X-Men and getting a Phoenix episode. So that makes sense.
I didn't know that you start this like immediately after.
Oh, I do, but people are allowed to go away and use the restroom and do whatever they want to do. I don't like to keep people waiting and stuff, but I can remove you. Or you
I could just stop the camera or whatever.
You can. If it's awkward for you, if you got to go away, Ricky will be here any moment now, and then just disappear for a minute and then come back. It's fine. I just have an amazing bladder, so I don't need to do anything until.
Yeah, I should probably mute this too, as opposed to bringing my headset to the.
There you go. There's restroom. Frank. Here, now you can go to the restroom. And I'll talk with Frank.
They were waiting.
Quick, go away, Dave. Mute yourself, and then
is he gone away?
Wait, he's still got the headphones on, so I don't know if we can spoil Spider-Man. It's okay. Yeah, we'll just do that on we'll do it on Fortnite.
Are we playing Fortnite tonight?
Oh yeah, we're playing Fortnite. By the way, they released new Spider-Man skins yesterday.
Oh, cool.
It's Tom Holland.
Oh,
they released it's his it's the one at the start of the movie and at the end of the start of this movie and
this movie
and the end of the last movie. So it's the suit he made.
Eric Larson,
the black one.
Yeah, the black and red that came out yesterday on Fortnite. But
cool.
It's a bundle. You get there's Mary Jane also, or MJ. Sorry, MJ.
Wait, MJ. Oh, MJ.
Zendaya.
Okay.
So there's Tom Holland, Zendaya, and then Tom Holland actually comes with 2 costumes. He also comes with the Inside Out suit.
All right, that suit's dumb.
And the suit comes with a special animation that lets you remove and put back on the mask.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can switch it. It switches styles on the fly in the game.
That's fun. Like Web of Shadows.
That's kind of cool because they really don't.
Oh, Wynn's gonna join for a hot minute because Dave's in the bathroom. There's
minute. Hi.
Oh no,
they don't.
Marvel's Batman.
In light of recent events, they've kind of shied away from likenesses in Fortnite.
Oh yeah, when you boot it, Tom Holland and Zendaya recorded a whole thing.
So
there's a cut scene for it. Yeah.
I want
That's
to die with the fucking gun.
What?
Yeah.
Like that's my basis for any
Yeah.
crazy character. They're with a fucking gun.
Like if
I-
you put like Gary Busey or Rip Torn in it, and
With
they have
a gun.
I don't know if you heard that, but we were just saying how they added Tom Holland and Zendaya to Fortnite yesterday. So you can go around with a gun and shoot people.
Like the
but you look-
xenomorph from
but you look
Aliens
like
is in
Zendaya.
Fortnite with a gun.
like in the movie, like
Yeah.
exactly in the movie. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I
But,
wanted to share this Christmas card that I got from my company that I just left, and
Oh,
Oh, that's adorable, man. That's freaking awesome.
it's pretty
That's
cool.
really cool.
I'm
Wait,
cursed.
explain to me why it's awesome. I don't understand.
So it's like it's a God of War character. His name's
Oh.
Kratos. He's the main
Mhm.
character.
Kratos.
Yeah,
he's
But,
the
like,
zaddy.
it's
in
like
the picture.
Disney style.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is Disney
yeah, yeah.
style. That's really cool, dude. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's
I
really cool.
haven't checked my mail in weeks, so I don't know what Christmas cards I have.
Frank
Yeah.
got a Kratos Christmas card. Wait, did you still not check the mail? Did you not get ours yet?
I did. I got your guys's.
Oh, hey.
And what I'm gonna
Wait, so are you serious that you didn't send me a Christmas card?
I totally sent you one, but Dave was
Oh,
in
okay.
charge of mailing them out.
Oh, I mean that's awkward.
Oh, okay, cool. Because the other day I said I haven't checked my mail, so I wouldn't know if I got one. And Dave's like,
Yeah.
"Don't worry, you didn't get one." And I was like,
damn.
all right.
It's like
all right.
that.
At least he told you.
did.
I was talking to Dave about it, and
Dennis
what
is
we're
not
gonna do
confirmed Christmas
is-
card.
I'm gonna take an American Beauty style picture, but with Christmas cards instead of rose petals.
Nice.
Your belly button? Is that the American Beauty?
No, not that picture. The Kevin Spacey has a fan. Oh my god, that's gross.
I've never seen American Beauty.
Kevin Spacey's character has a fantasy. Wow, why does that sentence sound so gross? What's
Because
name
it's
of the movie?
true. Because it's true.
I mean,
you
he
could
did.
remove the word fantasy, or I mean character, and it'd still be good. You know, and I'm just gonna put this out there, and I know it's probably gonna make it weird for some people, but like I kind of like Star Trek Discovery. I kind of do.
You do?
I'm not gonna say it's the greatest Star Trek storytelling I've ever seen, but I'm excited to go back and watch season 4 because I'm gonna renew my Paramount Plus into January, probably on the new year, so I can watch
When's leaving?
RuPaul and all this other stuff. Oh, you're gonna take off? All right, it's okay.
Bye. I was like, what does this have to do with Kevin Spacey?
It does have to do with Kevin Spacey because one of the most awkward parts about watching Discovery is one of the main actors on it is the guy that accused Kevin Spacey of doing the bad things to him, the bad touch. And it's so awkward because I want to like look at this guy and not think about that. But in the same way that if you look at Kevin Spacey nowadays, you can't not think about what he's done, right? Well, I can't look at his victim without thinking about that
It's
either.
the
And
same
that's
way of like Adam Baldwin in Firefly, and his hand in like the Gamersgate thing.
oh yeah, that's true.
It's kind of
huh?
like it kind of puts a little icky
Yeah.
shit on it.
Yeah.
It's not to say that in any way that guy on Star Trek Discovery did anything wrong. I'm totally not. But I just can't help but see it and be like, oh man, that's that
You're
poor
like,
guy.
man,
That poor
He
guy.
does have kissable lips, is what Dennis. He's all like, oh man.
Yeah. But he's a cool character though. I like him on the show. I just
Wish
certain
he wasn't
times.
abused.
Yeah, I just wish I didn't know this thing about his personal life. That's unfortunate. I think that's the thing.
Q showed up last season, right?
No, I think he's showing up on Picard this season.
Oh, it's Picard.
What?
Okay.
I think
QAnon's on
he-
Star Trek?
No,
That's
no.
not what we said.
You said Q.
Yeah.
There's,
Hey,
there's,
you know-
there's multiple Qs in the world.
He's
He's a variant of QAnon.
You know, it's so funny that because I spent a majority of today talking Spider-Man, not just with you guys, but also with our friend Travis.
Wow,
Mhm.
cheating
Tra-
on us.
Yeah, I was cheating on you guys. Travis actually, he had a birthday this past 2 days ago. Apparently, I found out that he shares a birthday with Charlie Cox because
wow.
I have a fun fact. That episode of Hawkeye premiered on Charlie Cox's birthday.
That's cool.
I thought that was
Brand
pretty cool.
synergy, baby.
Brand synergy. Yeah, I don't think that's how
Thanks,
that
man, for
works.
that.
I
They
don't
were
think
playing
they
the
planned
long
that.
game.
Yeah, I don't think they did, but that is cool. But I was talking to Travis, and I think I mentioned to you guys. I think he really wants to be on the show in 2 weeks because he wants to talk about Book of Boba Fett. I told him I don't want to necessarily do a Book of Boba Fett show, but I'd be more than happy to do that in the Soapbox. So like if you're down to come and talk about Marvel, he's like, well, what Marvel thing are we going to talk about? And I was like, I don't know. Why don't we do Spider-Man? So what I was thinking is we give people 2 solid weeks to go and enjoy their Spider-Man viewing experience. And then on the New Year's Eve day, we do a Spider-Man show. And also in the Soapbox, we talk all about Book of Boba Fett, if that sounds fun at all to you guys. Ricky's like, that doesn't sound fun with Travis?
I like the wait 3 episodes. If it's good, we do a halfway show, and then we do a finale show.
Well,
we're not committed to it.
Talking to Travis is always good.
I'm saying you think Travis is gonna like come on that show and not want to talk about Boba Fett at least a little bit? I'm not saying
doing
produce,
a Boba Fett show.
I'm saying Soapbox. I'm saying Soapbox.
Yeah, we could Soapbox. I mean, we're gonna end up talking about it anyway. We talk about like everything.
I don't want to wait that long to talk about Spider-Man though.
But we just did talk about Spider-Man today.
Do you want to talk
Ricky
about
wants talks about Spider-Man.
Yeah. Ricky wants. He's got some hot takes.
We literally talked about Spider-Man all day today. All day today.
Oh, he wants it recorded.
You just want to talk to Spider-Man with Travis.
He wants it.
What's that?
He wants it saved in posterity.
Do you think it would be more? Okay, here's my question to you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that we will have a better Spider-Man discussion in the next week or 2 without Travis than we would 2 weeks from now with Travis?
Right now without Travis, so we can have a good Boba Fett conversation with Travis.
What are you talking about? Like, wait.
I'm not committed to the idea of doing a Boba Fett show, period. But
no, I'm not talking about doing a Boba Fett show.
Bootlegging it into the Soapbox.
Well, then have fun doing a Boba Fett show without me.
Damn, lines have been drawn in the sand.
Yeah,
this family is breaking apart.
Have fun. I don't want to do a Boba Fett show. Is my thing. Like I just don't. I don't care what they do with that show. I watched The Bad Batch. Did you watch The Bad Batch?
No.
Yeah, exactly. You're not even committed to this stuff. You're not even committed.
I just said I wasn't. I just literally said I wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, if we could take a break from like The Bad Batch and Disney for a second, have you guys seen that they have the pre-order for the plates for the PS5s on the Sony side?
Oh, are they finally? They won the dispute and they're selling them there.
Well, I don't know if they won the dispute. I think because the third-party plate people are still producing their plates, but Sony is now, hey, we got our own plates. They
got them for like half price or something, half the price of the other place.
Yeah,
they're not a pretty
brand.
How much are they?
$54.
They're about the same.
A lot of money for something.
Are they about the same? I thought the other ones were like $120.
So I bought plates, but I haven't shown that. They're coming out in January.
He's checking to see if when's asleep before he says how much.
They were $500. No, I'm pretty sure they were like $60.
They were like $60. Oh, okay. Maybe it was the ones I was looking at. Because I was looking at the wood grains. The wood grain
wasn't doing it for you.
Yeah, those look nice.
I just like the plates. I like having like variant consoles.
I did buy having variant consoles too, but plates don't do it. Like, I guess Xbox faceplates were pretty cool back in the day.
Yeah,
like remember those things?
Oh yeah.
So the 360 was a black matte plates, but it also comes with like this green light bar, or they had a whole bunch of different colors. So I chose a green light bar so that when it turns on, I'm guessing I'll show pictures later. I guess when they finally come, like it shows up as like a green light
Matrix
like effects. Yeah, kind of. So
that's pretty cool.
I hope it looks cool.
I'm hoping they come out with the purple plates. They showed pictures of it like when they were spoiling it, but I think their website might be broken because it's all black plate, red plate, and then buy black plate and red plate. And I'm all like, wait a minute. No, I think you mean because they released like a purple and a pink color.
Are you talking about the PS5?
Yeah, the PS5. Did I
Yeah,
say
so
PS5?
they have their pastel colors, and I think like they have the new controllers, and I think the plates match those colors, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're supposed to, but on the website, like I think they have two. They doubled up on the red and the.
I have a feeling the plates were not a thing in there that they were planning on doing until they're like, oh shit, there's money here.
I think that's very possible. It's a whole year since the console
because the
came out,
plates
so-
were not a thing they were planning on doing until somebody else did it.
Yeah.
That's how those things work, dude. That's how companies work. They consume the ideas of smaller independent people.
That's capitalism.
Baby,
Yeah.
who's excited for the Matrix?
I am excited to see it from my home.
I'm tempted to go through them all.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that you asked me because I was talking about Travis invited me to go see it with him on to celebrate his birthday. It's going to be late, but he rented out a theater so that we can Lindsay and I can watch it with him and some of his friends. And I tried to explain to him because Travis actually worked with the Wachowskis. He in some capacity at Warner Brothers on the first movie, and I think he was helping work on one of the games that they were developing at the time. Cool. And so he has a very deep connection to the Matrix, and so he was trying to tell me like how important it was to see Trinity come back, and because he thought she went out like a punk in the last movie, and I was like, hey man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not excited for this Matrix movie at all, but I'm excited that you're excited for it, so I had to make that very clear to him. Like I will, it's a cool thing, he's doing. And he actually, because most of his friends are in San Diego, he rented out a theater, even though he doesn't live in San Diego, he rented out a theater down here. So he's going to do it down here. And so once he did that, I was like, all right, that's way harder to say no to, because if he was like, it's in Irvine, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to do it. But it's not that far. So
which theater?
Sinopolis and Del Mar.
Ooh, that's a good theater too.
Ooh, that's a good theater. I've been there a handful of times.
Do you get to sit in the chairs at Cinepolis, Dennis?
It's like the original.
I have sat in the chairs before. Lindsay's put me in them, but given the state of the world that we live in, I don't want to touch anything other than the joystick on my chair. I don't touch anything when I go out in the real world, dude. Like literally, if I find a door that has a button, elbow button. That's it. Like
I saw Interstellar at that Sinopolis. I think it's the last movie I saw.
Yeah, it's been.
We bought these little hook things that we use to push buttons. It also lets us like kind of. It has a.
I just use hand sandy.
Pull doors.
I just wash my hands
after I touch the thing.
I just don't touch anything.
I make sure to lick them first.
If you don't touch anything, then you never have to wash your hands, guys.
Yeah. So I use the button hook thing, and then I just lick everything else.
Nice.
See, the button hook comes handy when you're wiping your butt, but otherwise, nothing else.
Well, you get the hook in the butt. That way,
you scrape out the poop.
Yeah, scrape it all out.
Yeah.
It's
that
like
reminds me.
Dry bidet.
Did anybody watch The Witcher today?
Did not.
Oh, did it come out today?
It released today.
Yeah,
all my friends.
Bad day to release content.
I don't know if it's a bad day to release content because it's you only watch Spider-Man for 2 hours, right? Like 2.5 hours. You don't.
Is the whole season out for The Witcher, or is it just one episode?
I'm pretty sure Netflix dropped the whole season.
They usually drop seasons. Netflix does.
Yeah.
It's the other stations that like to parse out their.
Except unless it's He-Man.
Unless it's He-Man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. What's up?
Did the MCU or the Marvel shows they all drop at once too?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that's why it hurt them too, because like I saw this really cool analysis of Daredevil, all 3 seasons, and like this guy was really breaking it down and how he was saying the first season of Daredevil is the only Netflix Marvel show that ever justified the 13 episode runtime. Every show after that was actually crippled by that because they felt the need to adhere to that rather than like tell the story in the time they needed to tell it, And it's so true because like Jessica Jones, how many times did Purple Man need to escape? That's stupid. Like he escaped 3 times from them. Like, and I'm
it's like you're
trim it down, guys. Trim it down.
It's like with anything, you're budgeted for 13 shows, so like, all right, we got to blow all this money.
Well, that's
on
not how
season
they
2.
do it for That's not how they do it for Disney Plus. So it's not like for anything.
No, but like I'm
Yeah.
sure the Netflix formula. I mean, that's with any of their shows, right?
It's like anime
Yeah.
logic, where they have like the filler episodes and where they meet like someone that's never in the manga or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious. So with Vincent D'Onofrio and inevitably Charlie Cox returning, do you want everybody to come back, or do you who do you want to see come back?
Maybe we can keep Iron Fist in the. We'll call him. We'll call him if we need him.
Yeah.
Like, tell him
Maybe
to
some
stay by the phone.
flashbacks with Iron Fist.
But do you want the same actors for everything else?
You want just to be the same character from the Netflix show, though. Like, not. Let me rephrase that. Are they necessarily the 1-for-1 Matt or Kingpin from the Daredevil shows?
Yeah, we don't know that.
We don't know that for sure. Yeah,
it doesn't really matter if they are. Even if they allude to it, it's fine, because that show didn't have the biggest like mythos or whatever. Like
without getting into Spider-Man spoilers, the villains that they pulled, they are very much a tweaked version for the most part of the villains that they were in their respective movies.
I would disagree. I think only one of them was tweaked.
Only one of them. Yes.
I would disagree. I think in fact, several of them, all they could do was just repeat the same lines that we know them famous for saying.
Yeah.
Only one of them was tweaked because one of them needed to be tweaked. So
to fit in.
Yeah. So I think that's not like, and
what do you prefer?
Even more without spoiling still, that they didn't tweak him, they added to the character. They added to it.
To answer what you were saying, I don't think they need to.
You don't think they need to?
They don't even need to mention it or bring it up. I think they could just let it be.
It's just there.
Yeah, they're there. Just do the Don Cheadle Iron Man 2 thing. I'm here. Let's just do the thing.
Deal with it.
It worked.
Deal with it.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
It matters like how they use the characters.
They're all going to go on a Magic Mike tour.
Well, it's like so if you do a Defenders thing, then I personally don't mind having Iron Fist there as like a accompaniment, but I mean I really like I really like Cage and I really like Jessica Jones as characters, but man, trying to weave them into,
I think less is more.
Yeah.
The weirdest part about the Defenders, the weirdest part about the Defenders is that the only one that was an actual Defender in the comics was Hellcat. Hellcat, the Jessica's friend.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Defenders is a very different team.
I mean, do you want her to come back?
The Defenders in the comics is Doctor Strange, Namor, Hulk, Silver Surfer, and Hellcat. And I think, am I missing anybody?
Oh, she was the only one that was an actual Defender in
the comics. Yeah, but I think in the most recent 10 or 20 years, they redid a new team of Defenders that was those street level characters. But the original Defenders is like a pretty superhuman group of people, and Hellcat.
They're pretty much the superhuman.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah, Nighthawk. But Silver Surfer, Hulk, and Doctor Strange on the same team.
That's kind of a demotion for Silver Surfer, right?
I mean, for Doctor Strange too. Like that's like
it's kind of a demotion.
Dude was a Herald of Galactus, and now he's here beating up the dude that robbed the 7-Eleven.
I don't think they were beating up the dude that robbed the 7-Eleven. I think
that's the first issue. They just beat up the dude that robbed the 7-Eleven. He was Chad Kroger, and Spider-Man was all like, "Hey, that guy killed my Uncle Ben."
Hey, weird fun fact I learned today. Did you know that the guy that originally we thought killed Uncle Ben in Spider-Man 1 is also the guy that's driving the dude in Amazing Spider-Man on the bridge?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy that's like been manipulating Connors like the whole time, the the guy with the really weird eyes, and then like
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I'm gonna go take this to our boss or whatever, and then he gets in the limo, and that's when they're on
The guy that
on-
dies.
Yeah, does he die? Does the lizard kill him?
I mean, he died. He's dead in real life.
The actor's dead.
Yeah, he died.
What actor are we talking about?
I'm not sure what Ricky's talking about.
Are we talking about the driver of the guy, the bad guy?
The driver of Lizard.
I'm saying, no, not Lizard's driver. The driver of the car that Lizard goes to attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
I don't
is-
remember
That is the same guy who Peter hunted down in Spider-Man 1.
Cool.
Same actor. Yeah. By the way, not a spoiler because it's a weird credits thing, but I really appreciated that Spider-Man No Way Home gave special thanks to Avi Arad for creating everything that we've experienced forever. You know who like Avi Arad was? Dude, he was the guy that saw an opportunity and had this company named Toy Biz, and they bought Marvel when Marvel was bankrupt. And they made a shit ton of toys that I love, but they also made a lot of cartoons that you all love and a lot of Spider-Man and X-Men movies that we all love.
And he also shoved fucking Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
which
he
I
did that
didn't
too.
love.
He did that too. But basically, Avi Arad was kind of the grandfather of everything that we celebrate now, and so I thought that was really cool that they gave him a special nod in No Way Home, because that movie was celebrating all of Spider-Man movies. You know what I mean? So it was. I was touched by that. I almost cried in the credits, and I was like, "That's a credit. You're not going to cry in the credit.
You're an emotional wreck."
I was an emotional wreck. Yeah.
Did they thank Sony Entertainment as well for making some like the best Spider-Man movies?
Well, it's kind of awkward to thank Sony if Sony's making the movie, so they don't really.
Oh, they're making.
Thank us.
Yeah.
We would like to thank ourselves.
Sorry,
Yeah,
we would thank ourselves for doing this by ourselves first, without the strength of
Yeah.
Disney behind us.
Did they thank Sam Raimi and Mark Webb?
I think they're all in there because
Are they all in
I
there?
actually heard
Shit if
that
they didn't.
they were consulted on each of their respective villains.
Oh, okay.
Dialogue.
Hey, how'd
and
Sony
stuff
fuck
like
you over on your movie?
that. No, they were consulted so that they actually got to contribute to this movie.
That's
So
cool.
it was a collaborative effort between Sam Raimi, Mark Webb, and John Watts.
Oh shit! I forgot that Sam Raimi's directing Multiverse of Madness.
And John
He
Watts
is.
is directing
Damn, that actually
Fantastic Four.
renews my happiness in that trailer. That trailer to me was just like, it's a trailer. And
It's
now
a
that I know
trailer
Raimi,
for a Sam Raimi movie.
damn it, now that I realize that, I'm super hyped
Do
for
you
it.
think that's Strange Supreme in that trailer?
Well,
I thought it was
I-
Defender Strange or something.
I want it
Is
to be the Strange from What If.
Yeah, Strange.
Is
I
that
would
Strange
like. I
Supreme?
would.
Yeah.
They show at the end of the trailer. They show another Doctor Strange that looks really evil, Dave, and I would love for it to be the one that we met in What If.
If
I would love that so hard.
be
for
so
it to
The one
be,
that's still trapped. You mean?
I would
I
love
mean-
that
Well,
so hard that I would
is
take
he-
it behind the
is he
bleachers
still
and just-
trapped?
Yes.
joke about brand synergy, but that
Yeah.
I
Oh, I
mean,
guess the
for
Watcher
a lot
sent
of
them all
people,
home, right? He sent them all back to their universes.
And he's
Mhm.
he's trapped with.
He's in charge of guarding that
Yeah.
gem, right?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If
So
that's
he's-
him, I mean that. Kudos to the What If shows. I mean, for a lot of people, seeing him appear in a movie makes it real, you know. And I know it's in
And
the
by a lot
MCU's
of people,
case,
you
it's
mean
not.
for you.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
you
accepting
do.
it, but
that'll totally validate Captain.
it's just gonna validate those shows even more, you know.
Can't even think
Yeah.
of her name. Captain Carter. That would totally validate Captain Carter throwing a motorcycle.
No,
When,
but like you know what I mean. Like
the
it's
strength
cool
levels
to
couldn't.
see them really going into What If and you know making that crossover happen.
I once parked in Sam Raimi's parking spot in a downtown building because
Nice.
I was inside the parking garage, and there was like I think it was at some production studio.
Don't tell me this ends in like a racist slur. Please don't.
And then when he came out, he yelled at me. No, But
Sam Raimi yelled at you?
No, all the parking spaces were empty, and I saw Sam Raimi and was like, and this was like only a couple years after the first Spider-Man movies came out. So I was like, let me park here, take a picture, let me find a visitor spot after that. Yeah,
That's funny.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
It wasn't actually just the Strange that they show in the trailer. There's a big old tentacle monster, which I hope to God is Shumagorath, but actually the tentacle monster was revealed in a Lego box set about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And that's not it's not called Shumagorath on that box. So who knows? Garganton or something.
Yeah. Isn't that
Garganton?
Shumagorath's dad?
It's like Shuma's cousin or something like that. It's like somebody related to Shuma.
It's less
how do you know they're related?
Because of Wiki. That's how I know. But in any case, what?
I was just gonna ask Ricky, how extensive is your Lego collection?
I mean, I collected Legos as a lot as a kid, and I kept them. And actually, I just last month was able.
And in their like collections, or
no,
is it
they're all loose. They're all loose. They're all mixed. But I have a lot of stuff from the Spider-Man movie Lego sets. The first one, a lot of stuff from the episode 1 sets. Nowadays, I mainly do. They have like the kind of the black box sets, if you've seen them.
Yeah,
so, like I've been
Legos
kind of on the
type of thing.
I got the space shuttle back there. Let's see. I got the Adidas.
I asked this because I just learned that Legos in the last like 20 or 30 years have basically like
it's the safest investment you can make.
Exactly, like it's done like way better than any mutual fund or any investment that you can try on the stock market. Like Legos have
you obviously want to keep them
retained
in the box
and like increase their value.
When I was going through my box of the stuff I had as a kid, like just beginning to price stuff out, literally like 3 minifigures, I was already up like $300. The thing with like old Lego too is like there's actually different shades of like gray that they don't make anymore, or different shades of certain colors. So there's some value there.
Yeah, it's a whole world of stuff.
But it's definitely like I need to take the time aside to like wash them all, like wash the childhood grime that's on all of these Legos, and just literally start pricing piece by piece out. But
yeah.
Also, just know, Dave, that Ricky's judging you for eating your soup right now. Ricky's judging.
See, the noodles, I'm fine. Like I'm literally with soup. It
looks super good, and I'm super hungry for it.
Like the noodles are the best part of the soup, right?
No.
So I enjoy like after eating the noodles, like getting white rice and dunking it into the soup and using it as a vehicle to finish off the soup.
A lot of times, this like whatever the ingredients are that you had in the soup, by the time you finish eating them, the soup has absorbed all of the flavors of those ingredients.
And it makes it drink it. Like, ugh.
What's wrong with drinking it?
Okay, so Gargantos is the character.
Yeah,
that's the character that they're saying, but it's an octopus monster under the control of another character called Naga, and Naga is like a race of creature, something that was born like 500 million years ago or something, 500 years ago or something. They follow the Set, the god of or the Egyptian god.
Okay.
Not
related to Shumagorath at all.
Not related to Shumagorath. It's not like
what. I'm rage quitting.
Gargantos.
Is there a Shumagorath Legends?
What's up?
No, but I want one.
In this movie, would you? Let's see. Doctor Strange 2. Do you want there to be a external force? Is what the big bad is, or do you really want it to be a more personal story, like a Strange on Strange or a Strange Wanda?
I always want the more personal story. But Marvel doesn't always want to give me the more personal story.
The more personal story is always the better one.
I was going to make this point on the podcast, but I feel like they don't care about the personal stories as much, for sure, for the big box office movies. I mean, this I think all these TV shows is Marvel's opportunity to really let their writers and let their producers like tell the personal stories. Like some of the things that I really enjoy is actually the relationships built between like two people, and
they want that Emmy.
You don't, yeah.
That's
I
why
think they're really like striving for like Academy Award type of stuff in the shows, but the big movies, it's like no, we want action and explosions.
That's why Loki was so good, is because it just became the story about Loki and Sylvie.
And then when He Who Remains comes in at the end,
and Mobius, and then that just sucked. The last episode just sucked so bad because of that.
Yeah.
Have you guys rewatched Hawkeye though, from the beginning?
Hawkeye?
Like, no, I won't. Well, I mean, I watch every episode twice, so that
I'll rewatch it once they're all out.
Okay.
I watch everything twice before I do the show.
In preparation for this episode, like I kind of made like just start from the beginning, rewatch Hawkeye, and so we could take notes and stuff. But I really like those first two episodes, like much better now because. As you mentioned, Dennis, you were talking about how like Kate's story arc is the best thing about the show. I mean, you just see that beginning nascence, naive, like I really want to be a superhero type of thing, and her growth, her relationship.
But are they still the weaker of the 5 for you? After the rewatch,
it's not that I actively dislike Hawkeye. Yeah. Like you don't get it, like, or maybe you do, but I love The Witcher, but I haven't watched The Witcher yet, and it's because I had to prioritize things, and I had to like this week had to be like I had to watch Hawkeye, and so that meant I had to watch Hawkeye again today, and I had to watch Spider-Man last night, and that meant I had to talk about Spider-Man today. It's not that I don't want to watch it's The Witcher, it's that currently every Marvel show that comes out is my priority because they're better than 90% of the things that I could be watching. You know what I mean? So when I rag on Hawkeye, it's because I'm comparing it to the other Marvel shows, which I also really like too, even if I sound like I don't like them. Well, I do like Hawkeye. I do like Hawkeye.
No.
I like every episode. I just in the grand scheme of things, do I feel like they wasted my time more than usual? And yes, that's how I felt about those
so like to address that as well as Ricky's question, it's like it's really hard for me to now parse out episodes as like my favorite because you mentioned that this was supposed to be a movie initially before they split it up into, and it's only 6 episodes, so it's not like like a 10 episode show where I can actually and where each show has a more distinct story that ends up being tied together in the end. This really is like one story arc. And if you look at it that way, those first 2 episodes, now in retrospect, seeing where the relationship is now and seeing how it started, and if you watch it all together, and so hopefully you see it the same way once the series finishes. But once you see the whole direction of the relationship, it's like, oh, well, I felt like it was done really well.
Well, even like on a macro scale, like that's why I don't have a problem with the Loki stuff. Like it's all one big story, the multiverse shenanigans. It's going to continue on in either Loki 2 or Doctor Strange or whatever it may be. But it really kind of breaks what we're all kind of used to in terms of normal television because it all can be connected. It not necessarily is, but the potential's there. So that's kind of where you kind of gotta let your mind, wander, I guess, and on the, or I guess you have to kind of give it a pass in that sense, because it's all one big universe.
Yeah, and that's Marvel's big advantage over every other show because I mean, yeah, sure, it may or may that's someone's opinion whether it's better than 90% or 50% of things that are out there, but it has this foundation.
Yeah, like this Hawkeye show. Hawkeye comes in, this begrudging dude with going through PTSD, right? but
out
we
of
know.
context, that is like 10 different other movies.
But you can understand it
Yeah.
going into it.
That's Iron
But
Man 3.
we all know what happened to that character.
Yeah.
Up until that point,
Yeah. But I think they do a really nice job with the dialogue. I think the acting is really good. Trivia. Out of all of the, and maybe you guys already know this, but out of all of the, and maybe this will make you mad, out of all the title actors
Mhm.
in the MCU, which one or how many Oscar winners are there for best
I was
actor?
gonna say,
actors?
First off, these games are way better than Ricky's game earlier.
So let's just go
Just making
movies
fun of you,
because
Ricky.
I'm not thinking about the TV shows right now.
Isn't
All
it two now?
25 MCU movies.
Wait, how many Oscar winners in total?
many Oscar
in the
winners?
title of the title actors and actors.
It's
There's
just two, right?
Oh wait, you're only talking about like core Avengers?
Of the main Avengers.
of the main
Is
title.
it 2 or 3?
Of the main title.
I think Don Cheadle has an Oscar, doesn't he?
He's
So
not a
Don
main
Cheadle's
Avengers.
not a title.
He's not a title character.
He's not a title.
Oh.
There's like 20 Oscar winners.
ScarJo just got one.
Okay, it's got to
So
be
she's on the board.
ScarJo.
And
I
Renner
don't know,
has
Jim.
one.
Renner has one.
Renner.
So did they
Renner
win?
has one.
I don't think Hemsworth has one.
I don't
No,
know that
Hemsworth
Renner's actually won.
Renner hasn't won. Did ScarJo win?
Yeah, she's best supporting actress, right?
Okay, was she best?
She
supporting?
won in a Woody Allen movie, didn't she?
Yeah, I don't think she's won an Oscar. She's been
I
nominated.
thought she got it for Jojo Rabbit.
I believe she
No.
didn't win.
I thought
Yeah, I don't think
I
she
could have
got
swore
this
she got one for.
Yeah,
for,
I
I
looked this
don't
up.
think she got
I
one for
looked this
Jojo
up, yeah.
Rabbit.
So ScarJo's been nominated,
Mm-mm.
hasn't won. Renner's been nominated twice, hasn't won.
Oh, he hasn't won.
Ruffalo has been
Ruffalo
nominated.
has not won. I don't.
He's
think
definitely
So.
been nominated.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
yeah. He's been
Wait, so
nominated.
just
Robert Downey Jr. has
Robert
been
Downey
nominated.
Jr. then?
Robert
Robert
Downey
Downey
Jr.
Jr.
has
has been nominated.
He doesn't have an Oscar.
He didn't get Chaplin.
No, he was nominated and didn't win.
Robbery. He didn't get Dr. Doolittle. That's bullshit.
Sam Jackson, does he count?
He did. I don't think he's won an Oscar.
He doesn't have
For
he's
Snakes
not
on a Plane? What?
Angelina Jolie, right?
No, she's not a
she,
core
I'm not
Avenger.
counting
not a
her
core,
as
yeah.
core.
But
Oh
neither-
yeah, I didn't think of
Brie Larson has one for
Brie
sure.
Larson.
Brie
Yeah.
Larson is the only
Yeah.
one.
Brie Larson.
Oh man.
Captain Marvel is the only.
Wait. I thought we were
Title.
talking about core Avengers.
No title like
Ti-
title
titled
movie
Avengers.
movie title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't understand
Sorry,
the
yeah.
William Hurt
assignment.
has one too.
Yeah,
I didn't
was-
understand the assignment.
I was
Yeah.
trying to say like title movie.
It goes
title
back to being
actors.
second to Ricky's name
No.
now.
Back up.
Yep.
Does it
Back-
Chadwick Boseman have one?
Chadwick. Chadwick has Oscars.
Chadwick does, yeah.
Chadwick
has
42, I
does.
think.
No, he won one last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
He won
I
one last
forgot
year.
about
That's
that.
right.
Depending
that's right.
on how
yeah.
you count.
Yeah, Chadwick won one.
I forgot
Natalie
about
Portman's
that.
upcoming role in Thor Ragnarok. She has a or Thor Love and Thunder. She has
Well,
an
that's
Oscar.
upcoming. Yeah.
Yeah, Love and Thunder's not out yet. Jury's still out on this one.
Okay,
They
so
could
Chadwick,
sweep it.
Chadwick, and Chadwick and Brie Larson.
And Blade.
Yeah, but Herschel is gonna have an Oscar.
Recount?
Mahershala
Who's
does
in
have an Oscar.
Eternals, I guess.
He has 2 Oscars.
Yeah, he has two. He has 2 Oscars.
Anyways, that was kind of a tangent.
but he's gonna have a movie.
Did he get Green Room or Green Door?
He got Green Room
Book,
and
Green
Green
Book,
Book.
Green Book,
Green
and
Room.
different.
and
That's a totally different movie.
and Moonlight.
yeah, he got one. Moonlight.
Oh, you got Moonlight.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's like 20, like Robert Redford.
Well, no, but
Kate
Blade's an
Blanchett.
actual movie that he is coming out.
Coming out. Yeah, coming out.
Blade is coming out.
But
Blade,
he's current. Oh, yeah, you're right.
But he's been in.
What
Wait,
else?
was he?
Like Anthony Hopkins.
He was in. Was
he was
he
in
in
Luke Cage.
Luke
He was
Cage?
in Luke
Right?
Cage.
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has said that the only reason he took that role is because he knew that Cottonmouth was dying. That's why he took that role, so he could put his all into it, but it wouldn't have to be like a commitment to that character forever, kind of thing. Unlike Blade, which he's going to do for the rest of his life.
Oh man, I really love Wesley Snipes' Blade.
I really do too, and I honestly
Blade
fear
1 and
for
2 were awesome.
I fear for Mahershala in that, like, I think stepping into those shoes is a harder task than Tom Holland stepping into Spider-Man's shoes. You know what I mean? Like, It's more like it's
I
more like
think
Andrew Garfield stepping into those shoes.
It's the
Like, nobody wanted to see Andrew Garfield because we all had such a strong love for Toby.
Too fresh. It was
Yeah.
like only 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years
Not
back.
to like date you guys.
But the thing is, Blade is still fucking good even now. Like even now, if you go watch those,
it's one of the best action movies. Blade One.
I think the second one's one of the best action.
By the
movies.
time that movie comes out, it would have been.
The first two are awesome. The third one.
I like the second one more. I like the second one more.
Since the first Blade movie, give or take.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't want to say like. I don't say people forgot about Blade, but
people did not forget about Blade.
It's definitely a much larger window. Like we got 2 Spider-Man reboots in the span of there might be 3 Spider-Man reboots in the span of.
I'm not saying it's not a big.
So it's
but just to be clear, you do know that he's still referenced as Blade in What We Do in the Shadows, which is currently on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't know that, Dave, you should really watch What We Do in the Shadows.
I just reacquired
that. Felt like almost like an inside joke, though. If I mean,
watch that show. Like, it's so good, and Wesley Snipes shows up, and it's I think Blade's dipped. It's hilarious.
Out of the zeitgeist.
I don't think he's out of the zeitgeist ever. I don't think you understand how the zeitgeist works. Like that's like once you reach that critical mass of popularity,
Blade multiverse.
You're just there forever.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just there. Yeah. Let's do the
Blade multiverse. Wesley Snipes
into the Bladeverse.
Yeah.
Call it Blades.
Yeah. Bring back Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
As Scud.
Yeah. It's just he's just part of. It's a word association kind of thing at this point, right? Blade, Wesley Snipes, like so. I look forward to
say
Mahershala.
If you were to go to any young adults, person under 20 or person under 23, often than not, they would not know who.
But guess what? They're not the ones being targeted. They're not the ones like with all the disposable income. He's like, whatever, I don't care. Like, if you think that Spider-Man movie was for you and not me and Frank, you're crazy.
Why wasn't it for me? I grew up on the Raimi movies.
Not for you. Don't touch it.
It wasn't for you. You can enjoy it, but it wasn't for you.
Why are you gatekeeping?
You know why? Because I literally have you recorded saying, you know what? I didn't really care when the first Spider-Man movie came out. I just wanted to play the game on Xbox.
I just liked it because it was Spider-Man.
The game was pretty cool, though.
Doesn't mean I can't enjoy it.
But I'm saying, when you say you grew up on them, you didn't grow up on them the same way we did.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with either way.
I'm not gatekeeping.
I didn't have a choice to grow up in the same way you did on the Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Movies.
So that's why it's not a gatekeeping.
But that's what I'm saying. There's going to be kids, a part of the population who did not grow up on Blade. So I think it's
we're not saying it's not. When we say it's not for you, we're just joking around. But we're saying that
in terms of like I don't think the Spider-Man comparison is like the same in terms of like it's going to be harder for Mahershala. Like he'll be fine. Dude's an Oscar winner.
I'm not saying the
I mean, for context, Brie Larson's an Oscar winner too, and Captain Marvel wasn't the best.
Yeah,
the best
seriously.
Marvel movie.
By the way, Jamie Foxx has won twice.
Mm-hmm. What did he got it for Ray and what else?
Did he get it for Django?
Oh, he did get it for Django, didn't he? I think he did get it for Django.
Did he get it for Django?
I think he did, dude. But my point is, he sucked up the crap out of the Amazing Spider-Man 2. All right, so like
best actor and best supporting actor.
So it doesn't
matter.
Same year?
No, sorry, different years. Oh yeah, it was same year. Oh shit,
same year.
It was same year. Wow.
What were they for?
I'm looking at that right now. Meow.
Wait, he won Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor the same year?
Yeah, the same year. I'm trying to see what the awards are. Accolades. There we go.
I feel like that would have been a bigger deal if.
Yeah.
Okay. No. He won for Ray, and he got nominated for Collateral.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay.
But he does have another win, right?
That's all that shows here.
Is Collateral worth a rewatch?
No,
No, it's all right.
no.
I
It's
just
okay.
remember the parking garage scene where Tom Cruise like smokes those 3 people.
I think everybody hates Tom Cruise really bad. I don't know why. Like, I think he's a fine actor.
I don't think he's a fine actor.
I mean, are you
think he's
excited for Top Gun too?
I think he's
I
a
am.
great. I think he's a great prop for he's a great vehicle for movies. I think where most movies are vehicles for actors, I think he is a vehicle for movies.
I think people just don't like
can
Tom
agree with
Cruise as a person.
Yeah, why does everyone hate him just because he jumped on Oprah's couch or whatever?
Yeah, I
He's
think
also
the
much.
whole
couch.
Scientology
The
thing.
Scientology thing is it's a bigger.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole like just disingenuous about his private life, and which I think all actors are definitely entitled to keeping their lives private, and people are just very prying. I think, but people are.
Yeah, to be, I think to
Angry
that
about
point,
that.
people were prying into it. Like it's not like he was. I don't think he's like outspoken about
You
it.
know what I think is really cool about Jamie Foxx
Mhm.
is that he's basically rescued Tom Cruise's ex-wife from her crazy life.
Are
and
they
now
still?
I think they're off and on. I think the two of them, but like, I think it's so cool that.
Without naming
she's-
names, I am like 2 degrees from Jamie Foxx.
What do you mean 2 degrees? Like, as in, you could go
Shade?
hang out with them on Christmas, or
I can go hang out with them during a Comic-Con.
Okay.
There's
Did he
one of
say
his
you're
one
his
of
guy on the
his
street?
one of his good friends is who's known for a long time. We just know through a mutual friend, and I thought it was like he's like, oh yeah, me and Jamie Foxx are best friends, and like after knowing this guy for like a year, it's like, oh yeah, you guys are really like best friends.
It's cool.
So, my little Jamie Foxx fun fact.
So the same thing happened to me with Eddie Vedder. Like this one guy's all like, "Oh, I'm one of Eddie Vedder's best friends," and I'm all like, "Bullshit." And then he ended up being friends with Eddie Vedder, and I'm all like, "Holy shit!"
Jamie Foxx had his book tour recently, and we had tickets offered to
That's
be
sick.
there, and we didn't go.
But it doesn't sound like you guys parked in their parking space.
No, we didn't. We're not that tight. Like you and Sam Raimi, like
Yeah.
just kind of blood brothers.
Yeah, yeah, that's like 1 degree. 1 degree away.
You think Marvel gets GDT? Now we're on the Blade Talk back again for a movie.
God damn it!
What do you want him to do? What would you want him to do if he came back? Guillermo del Toro.
I don't care.
No?
Like, I don't think Guillermo del Toro necessarily fits the
MCU.
the MCU, like, yeah, the
No,
vibe.
he's too much of a visionary.
Yeah, exactly.
They got
It's-
Raimi
it's
to
a-
come in though, you know.
But is Raimi much of a visionary anymore?
What was
Yeah,
Raimi's
most
last
of he
couple
does
movies?
producing these days. I should. Look at
Yeah,
Did
Like
GDT like direct any of the movies?
he
did
did Blade 2 and Blade 1.
Oh, got
Blade
you.
1 and 2.
I was
He did the
thinking,
good
MCU.
Blades.
Wait, he
the
did Blade
good-
1, really? I don't remember.
I'm
that.
pretty sure he did. I mean, I could be
No,
wrong.
he did
Actually,
Blade
no,
2.
I'm wrong. He did Blade 2. He did not do Blade 1. You're right. We did the show already. We talked about it.
Shit, man. The last movie that fucking Raimi directed was Oz the Great and Powerful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Holy crap.
Yep.
And then before that was Drag Me to Hell, which was good. I thought that was good.
It was all right. I
I'm-
didn't hate Drag Me to Hell, but
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
but Sam Raimi he has a style, but I think for most people he is best known as the guy who did the Spider-Man movies.
Oz the Great and Powerful, a Disney movie?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Was it Disney?
Wow.
I thought it was
Yeah, it
MGM.
is.
Is
It's
it
right on
Disney?
the poster.
It's Disney.
Wow. Oh man.
Wow.
That movie killed the chances of a Wicked movie coming out shortly after.
Yeah. I was pretty excited about the prospect of a Wicked movie.
There's gonna be one. I think it's next year.
I want them to at least do the ones like they do on Disney Plus, where they had like Newsies or
We got
Hamilton.
Ariana Grande as Galinda.
Is she really?
Yeah, I forgot the
Oh.
Elphaba, but yeah, that is
Is it gonna be a live show, or is it gonna be like
No,
how
it's
they
a-
do Annie
it's a-
live, or
it's
is
a
it gonna
movie.
be?
like a
Oh,
movie.
it's a movie, like a
I'm gonna go-
cinematic
Yeah.
movie, like Mamma Mia.
Yes.
No, Mamma Mia.
They're gonna
We
just
don't-
do Mamma Mia songs
We
instead.
don't need to talk about Mamma Mia's. It's
Uh,
okay.
What was the next question after Sam Raimi's movies?
He
Oh,
wanted to know if
who directed Blade?
GDT's gonna what GDT's gonna come do and stuff. By the
Okay.
way, I don't know if you care, but I forgot to reveal a few Marvel Legends that got shown.
Yeah, let's see him. Stephen Norrington directed the first Blade.
Yes, that is correct.
Oh my God, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yep.
And then he was killed.
That's what he went on to do, is League.
I like that movie. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. League of
I
Extraordinary
know
Gentlemen.
you do.
Yeah.
I
If
know
we're-
you do.
on to like the weird
block that out of
streaming
my memory.
news. Warner
That was his
Brothers
last
is
movie.
producing another a Goonies sequel
Oh, no.
for Disney Plus. Kind of funny.
No, Charles.
Who's this? Is it Jigsaw?
It is Jigsaw. Isn't that cool?
That negative man?
Is that Jay
It's
Jonah's
Billy,
suit?
It's Billy Russo. No, that's not Jay Jonah's suit. That's like everybody's suit.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then also there's another one.
It's funny how you guys like totally know the molds and you can
That's them. I don't
That's
know
all
the
Dennis.
molds from anything.
It's unboxed so many toys at this point.
Is that the Hercules mold?
No, it's just the
See, I don't know shit. I don't know shit, Dave.
Yeah.
Is it the beast mold?
Filthy casual.
It's the Ulick mold.
Who's Ulick?
It's Ulick, the troll. He's one of Thor's villains.
He looks
Um,
dumb.
Oh god. Damn it. I'm done with you. I'm done.
He does. Don't tell me he doesn't look dumb.
No, he doesn't look dumb. He looks cool as hell.
What's his power?
I know he's got like a hammer. He's an alien.
He's got
Going
the
in.
Like, or not a
Awesome
hammer,
hair.
a mace.
Oh,
he's got the generic powers, strength,
Yeah.
stamina.
He's got a lot of the villains have
But
the generic power set.
did he have his bracelets in that picture? His bracelets are made of uru, the same material that Thor's hammer's made out of.
Yeah, he does. He
Oh, I
does
know
have the
that.
bracelets.
Uru's the middle.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two. So just to be clear, Ulick actually was released in a Comic-Con box set a few years ago, but they
Mhm.
went and gave him new heads and some new accessories
Which
and
box
stuff.
set?
And the Thor box set.
Don't remember.
It was called the Battle for Asgard.
Yes, I
It-
remember.
It had it was like 5 figures. It had
Mhm.
Ulick. It had Unworthy Thor. It had Jane Foster Thor.
Mhm.
It had Boar. That's Thor's grandfather, right?
He's
Yeah.
the Thor that makes people bored by telling
Yeah.
shit and stuff.
Is-
Yeah.
Boar, Ulick, the two Thors, and damn it, there's somebody
Ulick's
else.
cousin Ublek. It's just like a amorphous blob.
It also had half Thor Bjornsson from Game of Thrones. He was also
Yes.
in that
Yeah,
as the mountain.
I honestly don't remember if there was a 5th character in that box set, but I feel like there was because it made it made a pentagon, the box set. So there's like 5 figures in it. But
I want to
in
go
any
talk
case-
shit to Half Thor one day and just see what he does. See if he just fucking balls me up. Just kind of curious. Be like, what's up, bitch? Just see what he does.
That's what you're gonna say.
I don't know. What's insulting to tell a tall guy? What do you think?
How's
Oh,
the
you're
weather
talking
up
about
there?
just any other,
What-
any
What is
tall guy.
half Thor? What is half Thor? I'm trying to.
He's the mountain that rides. He's the one that kills fucking what's his name? Dorn, the Prince of Dorn. Oberyn.
Oh, his name is half Thor.
Yeah, his name's Half Thor. Half Thor. Well, because he uses that weird symbol, the little line with the circle. I don't know how to describe it. I think it's called a thorn. But anyway, his name's Half Thor Bjornsson.
Gotcha.
Bjornsson.
Yeah,
Bjornsson.
I've never read the
Norrington.
books, so I wouldn't know.
Oh no, that's the actor's name. The actor. Yeah,
Oh,
the actor's name is Half Thor Bjornsson.
but hasn't there been 3 actors that have played him?
Have there?
The Mountain? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I thought it was only.
Mountain's
yeah,
Thor?
you know what? It was the 2. It was,
It was
at least 2. Does someone play the zombie one? Someone different?
When was the Mountain
I
Thor?
don't know.
Um,
Oh man,
He's the mountain that rides, is what they call him. But I forget his character's name.
This is turning into who's on first right now.
His name.
Oh, we're talking about Game of Thrones. Sorry.
yeah, Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah, I don't watch that.
Gregor Clegane. That's right, Gregor Clegane.
Everyone ruined Game of Thrones.
Clegane. Oh wait, so spoilers can ruin a movie for you, is what you're saying?
No, everyone just talks so much shit about it. I don't really care for the spoilers, but everyone just like seems so bummed on how it ended. That knowing how long that show is, I don't want to commit all that time to be disappointed. What it seems like at the end, right?
Oh man, that reminds me. The new episode of Expanse just probably came out today.
I was gonna say that reminds me to stay away from Cowboy Bebop because everyone was pretty disappointed by that.
Canceled.
Apparently,
it got
Netflix
canceled.
was disappointed. Did you guys watch it? Anybody?
I am 6 episodes in and with intention of finishing it.
It's so weird that they're just so quick to like. You can obviously cancel something, right?
I love that
just
they're
not
so quick
and
to do
not
it.
say it.
I love it.
But that's like, damn. They're like, yeah, this.
I
Well,
love
especially
it.
for Cowboy Bebop, where they spent, they spent like
Mhm.
so much money on that show.
Yeah,
like
it
the
looked- the production value
sets
looked
and the visuals and the music. So it's
So you're 6 episodes deep out of how many?
I think 10.
14 I think.
episodes.
No,
So
hold on.
Oh, 14? I was gonna say what?
I mean, it's
14.
basically it's a Google Doc spreadsheet, right? All their productions. Like, if it doesn't hit X amount of viewers by this date, then
Yeah.
greenlight season 2.
Absolutely.
Which is fine.
But is it good? Like
That's everything
So-
Netflix
Dave,
does.
Dave
Yeah.
it's a bummer that
It's
it's
all
getting
metrics.
canceled.
Did you end up watching the anime? I thought you said that you were going to watch the old school anime.
I wanted to rewatch it in anticipation
Rewatch
for the show. But
Yeah, so
I've seen it
it
before.
follows the anime really, and I don't mean the story. I mean the style, like pretty closely.
Mm.
So it has that really slow element to it, which I suppose for someone watching anime 20 years ago, and it's like a new form. It's a new form of storytelling. It's like, oh, this is okay. But with today's audience, who's looking for something a little bit more fast paced, it's pretty slow
Mhm.
for the plot, for character development. The thing that bothers me, and there's not too many things that bother me, is the fighting. Is that it's really beautiful fighting where they definitely are doing very specific martial arts moves and blocks, but it's so slow. It's like very deliberate. Like you can see everything that's happening, which is cool from a learning perspective, I suppose. But for an action perspective,
If it was a tutorial for how to do martial arts, it would be
exactly.
good.
Yeah. So,
You know what's funny?
That's like Iron Fist.
In preparing for this show, I watched the hallway scenes from Daredevil,
oh man.
and
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? I don't think they hold up. And you know why I say that? I don't know if it's just my specific video I was watching, but the audio was synced off like a microsecond, and for whatever reason, though, it just made it very obvious that they were stage punches.
Yeah,
as
well, guess
opposed to-
what? That was my viewing experience for Shang-Chi.
Like I honestly I can't say go watch those videos now because I don't want to ruin that memory for people.
Well,
I'm
if you
watching
have
the
a-
hallway
if you
scene
have a-
right now. I just queued it
Yeah,
up.
seriously.
if you have a properly synced thing, so I was
Mhm.
actually gonna try to bring this up in the podcast. I wanted to kind of get Wynn's like martial arts perspective because I really do like the fighting in Hawkeye and some of the Marvel shows. But I was,
I like
if we
when
got
Echo
into the
fights.
if we got into the fighting and I was gonna actually bring up Daredevil because
Mhm.
the great thing about Daredevil is the fights in Daredevil look real. Like even in Hawkeye, it's
Well, they show
beautiful fights.
fatigue.
It shows fatigue. It's messy. It's like you don't
Mhm.
see clean like forms. You just see like straight up people just
like a
wailing
brawl.
wailing on each other. Like you see
Mhm.
you see Daredevil getting hit so many times. It's like not even the
Mhm.
protagonist, especially if he's going against 20 people, he's gonna get hit a lot. But it's
Frank,
like
is it episode
so
4?
raw.
It's episode 4?
It's episode 2, isn't it?
Oh, is it? It's 2. You're right. It is 2.
I mean, just Google hallways.
Yeah, I just googled hallway fight scene.
Yeah.
And
I
Ricky
mean,
is
I've never
pretty
been in a
wrong.
real fight, so I can't say for sure. But if
Ricky's
that's
pretty
probably the
wrong.
most realistic realistic looking fights are those.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt saying that the synced up audio may have fucked up that experience, but for whatever reason I could just see you could just clearly see that there were stage punches, and I even watched the final fight from season 3 with Kingpin. Same deal.
That final fight with Kingpin is not good.
It's not a good fight.
It's not a good fight, and
It
it's
doesn't
just
compare to
because
the hallway scene.
it's because it's awkward because like, yeah.
But
it's
the
power
hallway scene
levels.
is one cut,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty good. I do see what you're saying, Ricky. There's a couple punches that I see that look really staged, and there's
Mhm.
one part where he's like waiting for a guy. But I mean, he's also Daredevil, so he might be waiting for the right time to toss a counter punch.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with, but I can see how it translates to like looking like a stage punch.
I'm watching it now too, so Dave, you should watch it also, so that we're all watching it together.
I mean, if you want to talk Daredevil fights, I also watched the Ben Affleck Daredevil Kingpin fight,
And that was way better, wasn't it?
Was he waiting for the rain to come? Or I think Charlie Fox is waiting for the sweat drops to
oh god,
sprinkle
I
onto
totally
his,
forgot about like the Echo Vision in that movie.
When the guy gets thrown through a door, oh man, and
the
then
wire work,
and
Dude,
then
the microwave.
Microwave or whatever. Oh my god, Ricky, you're crazy.
I love the Daredevil fights.
This is an amazing fight scene, and it just kicked off, man. Like, it's so good. Ricky, why you want to hate? This is why.
I'm not hating. I just gave you I just shared my experience.
His opinion. That's Ricky's opinion.
This is why certain things are not for you.
I wish I didn't ruin this experience for me. I like that fight scene a lot.
But I that was my first viewing of Shang-Chi. Is the audio was off from the movie.
Maybe that's it. That's all it takes.
I watched it again, and the movie's still not great.
So. Having been in a few street fights, I don't see it often happen where like you punch someone, and then they're stunned for a few seconds, and they're like, and then you could deal with his buddy. Now, usually, like you punch him, and then you're like, my hands are weak, and then they just come at you again. But maybe I'm not as strong as Daredevil, I guess.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you didn't see the rain, and
I need to hear Evanescence in my head.
I do like how slow he's getting as the fight progresses. Like he's getting slower and slower, but he's still throwing too. And he's still throwing his full weight into every kick or punch.
Like his punches are getting sloppier too.
Yeah, they're getting way sloppier, but he's still putting his whole body into them too. Like it's pretty cool, man.
And they one shot the scenes too.
Oh man, I know. Yeah,
it was. It's not. There was cuts in there for sure.
Yeah, but they hide them.
Yeah, they hide their cuts.
Yeah, like so that guy that he takes down, like he has his leg and then he throws him to the ground and then punches him in the ribs twice, and that guy just kind of rolls.
They do another one of these in season 3, right?
Yeah, they did one in season 2 as well. There's another. Is there not another long form fight? And I thought that was like the thing.
The Punisher has a crazy.
Even the Defenders has a long.
The Punisher has a crazy sequence in prison.
Yeah.
In
Daredevil
season 2, but that's not. It's not Matt. It's not. Matt.
But it's a long fight.
Yeah.
Actually, I have seen it in a fight where you punch a guy and they stay down, but I think that's because they don't want you to think that they're still fight ready. And they just lay there and so that you don't fight them anymore,
Yeah, you're tapping out.
But have you ever fought somebody with wrapped fists?
With a belt around their wrists. There was a big.
And you're just not as strong as Daredevil. That's my.
I've never wrapped because I don't wear belts, so I would never wrap it around my. Wrap the belt around. I used to have a wallet chain. Wrapping a wallet chain. So I wrapped a chain around my fist one time, and that fucking hurt when I punched someone with it. I thought it would hurt them, but it hurt me more than it hurt them because the head is hard.
Just double check. Was my audio coming through in the mic when I was watching that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Oops.
Because I was hearing my own audio, so I don't know if it was.
Oh, yeah, because I was playing it, but it wasn't coming through my headphones, and so. I was like, wait a second. I was fine watching it without audio. I didn't care.
I think Hawkeye kind of gave me hopes on violence moving forward in the MCU like that, like street level violence, to see how Daredevil slots in. It's a little bit grittier. It's a little bit. It's definitely more violent.
Have you guys seen Clerks 2?
Yeah.
Everyone, Dave.
I've never seen it, but I can't remember it.
So I had an ex-girlfriend that used to house sit at well-to-do well-to-do people's house, or she would pet sit at well-to-do people's houses, like in La Jolla and stuff, like off in the woods, like stuff that we probably won't ever live in, like those kind of like $1 million houses
Way to
or
set the
whatnot.
bar, Frank.
What's up?
Way to set the glass ceiling.
Well, I'm just saying. Unless this thing takes off, we're not moving in one of those kind of places.
Now the glass ceiling.
So she was watching Clerks 2, and she couldn't get the sound to come out, and she was like cranking the audio as loud as it would go, and she could only hear it just a tiny bit. And I guess what happened was they have a PA system that goes outside of the house. So she was piping like the scene where that dude's fucking the horse, and like out to the neighbors. So the neighbors are hearing about Kinky Kelly and the sexy stud.
That's funny.
It was great.
That's funny. You did remind me of something, by the way. I'm thinking of taking the games and putting and converting them into TikTok videos so that people can play the games themselves. Not necessarily 10 questions, because that's too long. But I can take the ones that Frank and I have made and partition those out as like, I could be like, each slide I do could be its own small TikTok video, you know, where it's you guys looking at it and guessing and stuff.
You know, it'd be really cool for Ricky's games, actually, if we take all the questions that we've asked, with the exception of like, is it Kingpin, or like, is it you know, whatever the character is, it Ultron, or you know,
yeah.
If we take all the questions and list them out, and then have them guess, can you guess who it is? You know, at the end of the TikTok, that'd be kind of cool.
That's true.
Where you guys are fucking up on the 10 questions is you need to go by origin.
Like we don't know what that means.
When did this character?
What's the yes or no question?
When did this character?
Wait.
Did this character debut before 1950? Yes or no?
Yeah, we're real fucking up there, because you know how many.
Did this character debut before 19? You narrow it down to a decade.
You're right. I do agree. Like I picked the 1980 as a benchmark.
Was this character created by Stan Lee?
But like, my concern is like, do you even know those answers sometimes?
It's on the wiki.
Yeah, but and yet somehow you still effed up last time, didn't you?
The dates are all. I didn't f up the last time.
But the assumption is that we're supposed to know automatically what year they came in. Like, I don't know what year. I don't know what year the total first appeared.
He's 60s because he was in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yeah, I know.
Tap into the Frank.
Okay, so
yeah, I would have gone. Yeah,
but like, here's the problem: it's a yes or no question. So if it's not 60s, then we have to check if it's 70s or
no.
80s,
you need to say
90s.
Before. Is it before this? You know.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the point. Before 80s.
That's the point, though. You know, you need whatever the 60s is just an example. Narrow it down from there.
Yeah, because like if you go before 80s, it's silver and golden age characters.
You can even ask, is this a silver age character? It's a golden age character.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't trust Ricky for that answer.
Yeah,
I would go from there. I would go by breaking down the era. Try to narrow it down to the creator. Or like the team.
Yeah, the creator is not as easy as you think. Like if it's after the 60s, everything's fair game. Because there's too many creators.
This character affiliated with.
Yeah, the affiliation might be good, but it's kind of big in Marvel.
It's hard to.
It's true.
Get down to 10 questions. 10.
You know, another good question is: have they ever had their own run?
That actually don't know. I don't know if Toad had his own run.
Yeah, I honestly think these are easy for you to make up because you're literally looking at the wiki. But these questions are not things that normal people know by heart.
Frank's not a normal person.
Yeah, but even Frank doesn't know all those things that you think that people know. Like that's why getting Toad with the way we did it is not.
You guys did it with Jocasta, so.
We did it with Jocasta because the way we went about it had nothing to do with the way you want us to go about it.
Did it?
Yes.
We also got some bonus questions with Jocasta.
You get some bonus questions with
Dave.
Jocasta.
Yeah.
Dave or Ian. It might have been, I think it was Dave.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of freebie questions.
But
All
I
right,
could just
guys.
go check the tape on Jocasta and see how we asked it, and we'll just ask him the same exact way as we did Jocasta.
Yeah, there you go. Problem solved.
And Dave's gonna take off now.
Yes, good.
Okay.
All right,
reading.
cool.
Thanks, this was fun.
It is fun.
It is.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dave. We're gonna go play Fortnite soon. So
Play some fork knife.
You guys,
you're-
you guys want to play any Avengers?
nope.
Nope.
I already deleted it. I need to.
I don't
read
want to
that
do.
one.
I don't want to do
Forever-
the raid.
forever
You can
in
play
your
the
library.
Avengers and Fortnite.
You should go do the raid with random people and tell me how it is.
So the raid is really hard with random people because because the raid is all puzzle games and they're all new puzzle games. So okay, here's the thing. I guess if you talk to the randos, then you can do it. But I don't think people like talking to. Well, I don't have any desire to talk to randos. I'll
cool.
just play with randos to get the certain weekly bonus. I'm just trying to get get Spider-Man up to
I was just thoroughly
unlock all of his
disappointed in
costumes and stuff.
him initially when I started playing him, and I was just like,
Oh, he's nothing. He's like 30% as fun as the regular Spider-Man.
Is he more fun or less fun than Spider-Man with a gun?
Spider-Man with a gun is pretty fun.
I mean,
pretty good from what I've seen.
Probably less fun. It's funny because the more moves you unlock in Avengers, you just notice, wow, hey, these moves were in Insomniac game, but much better.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the one caveat. Like for when I was doing that run through, when I looked at all the tree actually looked like the maxed out Spider-Man might be kind of fun.
No, it's not bad. It's like he there's a lot of different moves to do, and it's so if you're using the baseline for that game in terms of how fun Spider-Man is, he's a fun character. Just when you start comparing him to other games, then he's clunky in terms of control and everything. But, I don't know. It's my guilty pleasure of just.
You got your $90 out of that game for sure.
I paid my $90 for that,
or $80, I think, because didn't you do the season pass?
Not the season pass. I did one of the deluxe editions.
I paid for the special edition, which I think was $90.
I didn't pay for the black nameplates. So there was 3 levels. I think there was the basic. There was like a middle tier, and then there was a upper tier, and I think I paid for the middle one, so it was like maybe I paid $60 as opposed to $50.
I paid the regular for Guardians, and I'm pretty happy that I only did that because I still haven't gone back to that game.
Game of the year, Guardians.
You can get it pretty cheap.
It wasn't
now.
Game of the Year. No.
Freak! It was something. It got best direction
of the year,
best direction or narration, best narrative, narrative. Yeah, and I was like, what? And anyways,
because we're starved.
It was a bad year. It's okay.
But it was all right though. I don't hate it.
Did you finish it?
But I got a lot of media and Halo to get through.
Exactly, and that's that's why I promised to get to The Witcher tomorrow, but I couldn't do it today. I just couldn't do it. There's too much stuff coming back right now.
Fine. Yeah, I'll watch that.
The Witcher is great, dude. By the way, I've heard. I'll keep you for one last thing, Dave. I've heard a rumor, and these are just rumors, but I've heard that there's a lot of difficulties with Henry Cavill, and so the producers are considering replacing him with Matt Bomer.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
As big as Henry Cavill?
Matt Bomer cannot be as big as Henry Cavill, but he is easily as handsome as Henry Cavill.
They look similar. I can see them.
They do look similar,
especially if they're on some makeup and stuff.
I've heard rumors back in the day that Matt Bomer would replace him as Superman too. So I think somewhere like somebody just got Matt Bomer on speed dial as the guy to replace. He's like budget Henry Cavill is what he is.
You want to do this?
He doesn't have quite as square of a jawline as Henry Cavill.
No, but he is quite handsome, and he is a great actor. He is an excellent actor. I
He's
love
a great
him.
singer too.
I love him on Doom Patrol so much. I finished that season a few weeks ago, and I was so happy with that show.
It says Henry Cavill is absolutely committed to the Witcher 7 season plan. That's a week ago.
Seasons?
Yeah. It's a rumor.
Yeah.
I don't believe it, but like,
Wait, this is
I was
I
curious
can
what
see
you thought about
if
it.
he gets Bond, I can see him dipping. He's definitely up there for that.
I don't see him as Bond.
Wait,
I
they
see
haven't
him as Captain Britain, bro.
Wait, they
He can
haven't
be both.
confirmed the
Yeah,
one
that's
actress
right.
as the next Bond.
Well,
No.
she's a 007, but not a Bond, not the next Bond.
No, they
She's
want.
not.
I don't
I
think they're gonna do.
I didn't see the last movie.
I'm pretty certain they're not gonna do a female Bond.
You're pretty certain.
These people will
I
slut
think I-
shame her if they do.
I
They'll
think
slut shame her
they
hard.
did come out and say they're not gonna do a female Bond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, that too.
The Idris Elba rumors aren't gaining any traction.
I'd be down. I'd be down for Idris. I think I like Idris as Bond more than I like him as Knuckles.
I like Idris as Bond too, but I don't think you get. I don't think you get 10 years out of Bond out of Idris.
I still haven't seen the first Sonic. I should probably watch that.
What? Oh, you should watch it. It's like free on Hulu, I think.
Is it? Okay.
I think
That's
it's on Hulu. Yeah.
I do love me some Jim Carrey, so.
Dude,
He's
like
good, Jim Carrey.
he's the best part of that movie, man. He's so good. Yeah. So I guess good night. Go watch Sonic 2. And then eventually
Wait, Sonic 2 out? Sonic
no,
1.
I meant Sonic 1. I meant Sonic 1 and then watch The Witcher.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Peace out, guys. Thanks.
All right, see ya.
Later.
Do you guys need to vent anything about Spider-Man before we go, or do you...
Yeah, but if we do, maybe we should do it off of live.
Okay.
It's your choice. I don't give a shit either way.
You not want?
I mean, this
your
won't
comments to
release
be held?
until next. This won't release till next Friday because I never remember to do it earlier than Friday.
All right.
So it's
what's
fine.
your
if
spider
you want.
beef?
All I was gonna say was, oh man, we were talking about.
Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers, people. If you haven't watched
Spoilers for
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Turn
Spoilers.
away right now. I was just going to talk about the Jamie Foxx thing you were talking about, because you had brought up the thing about the Spider-Man villains.
How he gets a fresh fade once he crosses the multiverse.
Yeah, he gets a fresh fade and
a goatee,
but
right?
I mean,
he doesn't have a goatee
his teeth fixed, but we were talking more
No, his
specifically
teeth
that
got,
he
his
doesn't
teeth
know.
got fixed in the movie in Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
He just gets the fade and the goatee.
The fade and the goatee. But we were saying how he gets he has to learn Peter's name for the purposes of the movie. Like there's no part
in Frank's headcanon. Yes.
In my headcanon, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it breaks the it breaks the rules the spell that they set forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is awkward.
That's all I was going to bring up.
That is awkward. But I obviously didn't care because you know why I know that it didn't faze me is because the exact point of contradiction was so special to me that it made me overlook the fact that it was a contradiction. Is when he looks at Andrew Garfield with his mask off and he tells him why he's a little disappointed because he kind of always thought, based on the things that Spider-Man does, that he was a black guy, right? And Andrew almost like apologizes for not being black.
He apologizes.
Like, okay, so he actually does. Yeah, he says, "I'm sorry," But I thought that was so cool, and Lindsay in the moment thought that was so cool because that made her suddenly understand his character a little bit more from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because he's like infatuated with Spider-Man in that movie, right? And
yeah, he's like number one fan.
Cool. It's cool to think that like that was his extra reason for why he was obsessed with Spider-Man, is because he was certain that Spider-Man was a black guy. And I thought that was so cool that it just completely. I was so enamored with his character in that moment that I didn't even think about the fact that, wait, bro, you're supposed to already know who Peter Parker is. And so
When
that breaks it a little bit, but
Yeah, but the spell is
I know.
he just has to know Peter's name.
Since it's fresh in my brain, when the multiverse is cracking, was that a Craven silhouette?
There was definitely a scorpion. I couldn't catch everything, but there was a scorpion tail for sure.
It looked like Craven. Looked like there was a Morbius.
There was a scorpion tail multiple times. I saw it poking through, but I'm sure there was everything.
Yeah,
I'm sure all the things were there.
Mhm.
We have to go and dissect that scene later. It'll be on TikTok probably already.
Yeah.
Frank, did you see all the TikToks I sent you, by the way?
No, I only saw the one.
Oh my God, I sent you so many.
I have to check them out.
By the way, somebody apparently your guy High Top Films is hating on that movie.
Who's not hating?
And, he ranked it as the third worst Spider-Man movie of all the Spider-Man movies.
So in the middle?
No, there's 9 movies.
Is there 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Did he officially did that? Because when I saw he's really trying hard not to like it, and it's kind of annoying actually.
Well, that's like the TikTok I sent you, because that's basically what this guy was saying is he feels like it at this point now, High Top has such a brand that he's trying to stick to, that he's trying to he's fighting himself to not enjoy that movie because he wants to stick to his own brand.
Yeah, but little cracks are seeping through. Like he is tweeting stuff like it's turning out better than he hoped, and
I love this.
The only one that he didn't like was Far From Home, and
you guys are discussing TikTok beef.
No, it's not TikTok. It's not TikTok. It's a YouTuber that's really
YouTube
popular.
beef.
It's a YouTuber that he makes these really long-winded videos about why the MCU films are so bad and stuff like that, and it's fine. I get it. Some people think that that art has to be for people who have been trained to understand art, and they don't believe that there's such thing as art for the masses, and so I get it. Whatever. It doesn't mean they're right.
No. He says that there was one thing that he got ripped apart for saying something along the lines of logic doesn't have a place in movies or something like that, and it should only be how you feel or something like that. It's only how you feel. It's not the logic or something like that. And then they're all like, okay, so Spider-Man shows up, pulls off his leg and throws it at someone, and then turns into tea and flies away. That's fine with you, or something like that. I don't know. It was just kind of funny.
That's fine. Talking about movies if it's fun.
I don't know. Yeah, he was pretty much saying that it's the emotional stakes that matter and not logic. But just the way he worded it was seemed like he was drunk at 2 a.m.
He's 20 something, right?
Yeah, he's 20 something.
Yeah, and he's studying. He's what, in film school?
No, he just makes his own films and wants to one day make a Robin one. But speaking of tweets, I saw one that was pretty funny. It said, "No Way Home used Palpatine in a more meaningful way than Rise of Skywalker." I thought that was hilarious.
Pretty good. That's pretty good and true. Yeah.
But that was one I was sitting on for a while. I'm all oh shit, I got to remember to tell the guys that after Dave.
If we're talking spoilers about that movie, I think I mentioned it to you guys, but I know on this show I had mentioned that I don't think I'd be comfortable with Andrew saving MJ.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it was really funny because when I watched it last night not even last night, yesterday afternoon, I forgot what time I watched it. It was freaking before dinner. I watched that movie. When I watched it, I could tell it was about to happen.
Yeah.
And when it happened, I did not cry. I didn't. I was just I caught myself. I was I'm conflicted because I think this is good, but I told myself I wouldn't like this. And so it was really funny because I was okay, I do see how this is definitely affecting the audience, and that's cool. But it was so funny because today TikTok is leaking all the things, like all the like my whole feed, my For You page is just all spoilers of everything.
Yeah.
People just sat in the theater and recorded all the best parts, right?
There was a meme of Doctor Strange on the Statue of Liberty saying, "I can't stop the spoilers from coming through."
Yeah, and so I've watched that scene about 5 to 80 times today, and it's probably like 4 or 5 times. And every time I watch it now, it makes me want to cry.
Some of his, specifically
his
when he
reaction
lands in that scene,
His reaction,
and when he comes out of the
so
portal in
good.
that scene, there's like
When-
some Black Panther ass CG right there.
It was. You're right.
Right,
You're
like-
100% right.
I liked it, but
Just the
Oh,
CG, like
it's a little too bouncy.
up into where he comes out of the portal. I think
Up
was
like when he
I-
pops
I-
up, it's just a little too bouncy.
I loved it so
And
much.
same thing when he
Like,
lands. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fun.
the second, so I was already crying because like I started crying when May met her moment,
that was a cool scene.
but it was a weird cry because it was like a sad and happy cry, and
Mhm.
so
So-
it was like it was kind of like jerking off to like a dead body, like you're just
Oh,
like
good. No, that's a happy cry.
you're like should I be doing this? You're like
No,
um,
but one thing I wanted to mention about that is that kind of confirms that there was no meaningful Uncle Ben in Tom Holland's world, or at
Or
least
it
he
didn't-
didn't
or
have
it
the
didn't-
same weight.
it didn't matter if there was because it wasn't the one that
what
set
if his
him
Uncle Ben
on
just
the
never
path.
died? He just left.
No, it's been come on, it's
He went to
been
go get
died.
cigarettes.
We know this from What If that has been died, but it's fine. But yes, you're right. But I think it followed that Spider-Verse path, right? Which we learned that it doesn't have to be Uncle Ben. It just
Mhm.
has to be somebody.
Yeah.
It has to be somebody really important, and that's why I had earmarked May, Ned, or MJ as one of them's got to get it. Lindsay had convinced me that it shouldn't be May because May has such a small role in the movies.
It was good.
But I think the fact that they just super increased her presence in this movie made it okay. Well, it didn't have to be, but like, but what I'm saying is like
Once they started fleshing her out, I was all like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're dead. Oh, you're fucking dead."
the
once-
minute
yeah.
Peter's not living with May, you don't need a May.
Sure.
Mhm.
Well, no.
It's one less.
Spider-Man
it's an
3,
easy-
Raimi
it's an-
Spider-Man
It's
3,
an easy
you're-
character to cut.
No, wait, what do you? No, you don't.
Yes.
To say that is to not respect the 80 years of comics. Like,
And Raimi's Spider-Man 2 also, he wasn't living with May.
Peter doesn't live with Aunt May, right? Like
Kind
he
of,
doesn't
yeah.
in the comics forever, like a
Mhm.
bunch. But it doesn't mean she's not important to the story. It just means he's got to get his groove on, man. You can't be doing that at home. Like,
Can't be banging bitches.
yeah, you can't do
He
that. with
catches
Aunt May-
chicks
Aunt
just
May's
like
house.
flies.
That's
Yeah.
like I refute your logic. That logic I don't agree with. That because he's not living with her, she's got to die. That's like you should tell your mom what you just said. Shame
Sorry,
on you.
Mom.
Yeah,
Just send a Terminator to her house.
but no, but I do feel that like as much as I was hoping it was one of the other two. I was fine with it when it was her because of her role in this movie. Like I just didn't know she was going to have a bigger role in the movie because I just watched Homecoming and Far From Home and it's really small, really small to the point where that's what made us believe that it wouldn't be impactful if she died because it's like it wouldn't be impactful to the audience. I need to make that clear. Like to Peter, it was always going to be impactful no matter which one died.
Yeah.
But for the audience to feel it, they have to have been on a journey with that character. But we did. We got to go on a really cool journey with her in this movie. And so,
That's what I was telling Sarah. Like they kind of backpedaled on May's character in that they gave her a character.
Yeah.
Like you really feel it. And I really feel like I thought the feast thing was kind of cheap. I realized they did it in 2 in Far From Home.
Yeah.
But I really think if they would have expanded on her duties and role in Feast, I think it would have been, it wouldn't have felt like such a backpedal.
The cool thing about Feast, and it goes underrepresented because I think other stories wanted to tell it too, but the nature of Feast is very different than it is in the comics in that Feast in the movies was set up to be a place for displaced people from the blip.
Oh,
You remember, like they mentioned that in
they mentioned it in Far From Home.
In Far From Home, that they were setting it up, and the fundraiser was to help people who didn't have homes and stuff like that. So like it's kind of this cool meta version for having Feast, and but it also makes it harder to relate to it. You know what I mean? And so but yeah, I like that they took it. The seed was planted in 2, and then they just expanded on it in 3. And it made it a really cool place for Norman to show up and stuff. And like, yeah, it was
also
cool.
Subtle confirmation that there's no Norman or there's no Oscorp.
No Oscorp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was kind of bummed about that.
Honestly. I don't know that I'm mad about it, only because like, Loki's done a very good job of establishing that like variants are weird sometimes and things are just different. So like, the fact that if we accept it. That Zendaya can be MJ without being Mary Jane Watson, you know what I mean? And I think at this point I'm fine with her being that.
Michelle
and we can
Jones
accept
Watson.
it, and we can accept that Ned is Ned, but not necessarily Ned Leeds.
Yeah, no, and he's it's funny. They used a lot of last names in this movie. They didn't use last names.
Can you
like that
accept
before.
that if these Tom Holland movies continue, you're never gonna get basically another Mysterio, Electro?
I don't think we can say never.
I don't say never, but
yeah, I wouldn't say never. We've gotten 2 Sandmans now, by the way, in Tom Holland movies. Like, we got
the
2.
Elemental.
Yeah.
Would you be disappointed if they revisited these characters again?
If they revisited these characters? No, because that's the whole point of Spider-Man is do a Sinister Six. But see now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think you're. I'm gonna say.
But now, because he has a relationship with all 5 of these, now I'm cool with another movie. Come back, make 6.
Right there.
And now we're good to go.
Right there. Oh, and he has more of a relationship with these villains than he does with Mysterio, than he does with Vulture,
and I think even a better relationship with them than their Peters had with them too. Like
that too.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Like the relationships he formed with those guys was, oh man, like that was the most fucking Spider-Man thing that has ever been put on screen. Was him saying that here is a button and I can push this button at any time. And if I push this button, they all go home and they all probably die, or most of them probably die.
Yeah, they'll probably die.
But like that button would be like the worst contrivance ever in any movie ever if it wasn't this movie. Because instead of using it, he never uses the button and instead tries to save all of their asses. And that is the coolest thing ever. And that's what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man, is that he's not, he doesn't want people to die. He doesn't want that to happen. And, and like, God damn, when I was watching freaking Spider-Verse yesterday, and Peter Porker gets the most important line of that moment, is that's the hard lesson, or the hard part about this job, is that sometimes you can't save everyone, and that's the life of Spider-Man, dude. And so he's always going to try. And so that was so cool, because like, how many years have we been complaining, dude, we're never going to get a Sinister Six because he keeps fucking killing all his villains, dude. He keeps killing them all. And so we got a do-over technically on all that. You know what I mean?
To 5.
Yeah.
And
we got a Vulture. We have a Vulture.
You wouldn't be
too.
bummed if they do it all again?
Well, we got a Scorpion too.
Well, we never got a Scorpion. We have a Mac Gargan.
We have the potential of a Scorpion.
Yeah, we have a potential. Scorpion. But we legit have a Vulture. He exists, like so.
Sure.
Yeah, he's in Morbius.
And we have a Mysterio. We don't know.
Yeah. On the rewatch, I want to. So yes, you're right. We have a Mysterio. We don't have a Quentin Beck.
We don't need a Quentin Beck to have a Mysterio.
Yeah, it's true. You don't. On the rewatch though, I was like, okay, I'm willing to accept that Quentin's actually dead.
Yeah,
I did like that we got to have Jake Gyllenhaal again for a moment in this movie. I thought that was really cool.
That was cool.
So you did get 6. You got 6 villains.
Yeah, you get
Just
6, but they weren't all.
Just one
yeah.
super dead. You know.
There was something else I was gonna. Oh yeah, the thing that I wanted to bring up,
Mhm.
like before I forget or anything, is what Ricky was saying about Spider-Man possibly making an appearance in Hawkeye. I think that's what you were going towards, Ricky, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
So Spider-Man swings in front of 30 Rock at the
Mhm.
end, and it's during Christmas time. Like there's the tree and everything, but there's a shot from the trailer of Hawkeye that shows like of some kind of fight set piece taking place in front of 30 Rock, in front of that Christmas tree.
Oh, really? Is Spider-Man
Yeah.
going to swing by next week?
So, yeah, so that's what I was all like, well,
Because they added the musical to the movie. To the
yeah, so
Spider-Man movie.
yeah. So they
I
added the
mean-
musical. It's around the same time period. So I was all like, ooh, this isn't as long
wanna
as
talk
Spider-Man
about,
doesn't
like,
just
a
wrap
fucked up-
everyone up.
Do they burn their MCU Spider-Man appearance on a Hawkeye finale?
Well, the problem is I don't think that it'll happen because I think that
I have zero stock that's gonna happen. But
yeah, because I just think the arrangement with Sony, I don't think that has extended to TV land, and I think these still count as TV because they're not in theatrical release, you know.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean I wouldn't love to see it. I would love to
Yeah.
see it. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
show off that new suit.
I think
Eh.
like a lot of this Spider-Man movie, and especially like what I was thinking of as I was watching the first 30 minutes of the movie is how Spider-Man it was from the beginning. In that it felt like a comic book. Like he went and talked to Doctor Strange for a little bit. Daredevil fucking showed up for like 2 seconds. Like it felt like a Spider-Man movie. He talked to people.
Yeah.
The only thing that was missing was like the Fantastic Four. Like he needed to talk to Reed for like a second and be like, "Oh,
Like,
hey, what's up, man?"
Or then the Juggernaut goes and tries to rob a bank really quick.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
That would have been the only thing.
It was, and that's why I felt like really weird about like when we were watching the struggle of him with his new life, and then suddenly the montage just super fast forwards to like, oh, it's time to open letters. I was like, whoa, you guys adapted pretty quickly. Like, I thought we were gonna see some more. That's why I forgot the green paint, because it was so fast. Like the green paint's so fast that I
well,
saw
you see it in like a video
like
on the TV, right? It's like an
yeah. And then so that's why I felt like I missed something when I saw the inverted suit later. I was like, wait, what's going on with this suit? And then like I caught later when he's like, thanks for washing my suit for me, you know. So I missed something. I thought it was a hilarious suit. Like with the duct tape like phone on it and shit. That it was good. It shows how bare bones Spider-Man can get if he needs to. Like, and so that's why I appreciate the very end of that movie is that there it is, sewing machine.
Yep.
Ready to go. Like if you don't have Stark Tech anymore, what do you do?
Yep.
You just do what you do. You know, like you got web shooters. And that's all you need, bro. Like, and so I was like, that was a beautiful thing. I never thought I was going to get that in that movie. And that was a really nice treat. And I love that the reason he did it was because of Toby and Andrew. Like he was paying tribute to their costumes, you know, and that was really cool, man. Like that was
brings it full circle, baby.
I still think Toby is the best Spider-Man. Like, or not? Sorry, I didn't mean Toby. I meant Andrew. I meant Andrew.
Yeah, I agree.
Andrew killed it in that movie.
What was cool is because he was so extreme. He was either making you cry or fucking making you laugh. No in between.
Or he's the one that like they made it seem like he had the one that like he's the bitter ish one.
But yeah, bitter-ish is the right word. Yeah, I'm glad you put the ish on it.
That's
because
the point Dennis made earlier.
Because he still had that hope, you know. He still wanted
he had the bigger
good.
On his shoulder. How about that?
He has a bigger chip on his shoulder, but like what I really appreciated is that that movie took the time to let him be healed by Toby and not necessarily by Tom. Like Tom didn't have to like be involved in every interaction with those two. Sometimes those two just got to help each other out, you know, and I thought that was really cool. And I thought that was also therapeutic and meta because like I know that Andrew probably always got the raw deal, as being the guy that replaced Toby, and so it was nice to have Toby say, "No, man, you're amazing. You're amazing, man." Like that was a really cool moment, and so
a little meta things in there.
Yeah, the meta thing where he's all like, "Oh, my back." He's on my back.
I mean, even MJ's whole philosophy on if you expect disappointment, right? That's pretty damn meta. Because I think that was what they wanted everybody to try to do, is like lower your expectations and then you'll be super happy, you know what I mean? And so, but it's also really cool because there's a moment where that movie, it just turns the fucking knob to 11, and then MJ is, like Tom's gonna say her line, and she's like, no, we're good. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're all strapped in right now because this shit's about to go off, dude. So I really appreciated how self-aware that movie was, and how much it wanted to make people who've been watching for 20 years just really happy.
Watching that movie though, like, man, Toby's fucking old, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You ageist.
I don't think the movie could happen in 10 years.
Stop it.
I don't.
You did look pretty old.
Dude, by the way, you're crazy. Willem Dafoe, 66 years old, and actually did the fights himself.
Stunts, yeah.
He did his stunts himself.
He did a suplex on Spider-Man.
66 years old. It's not.
That was a tad bit. It was a cool ass fight, but like a tad of disbelief. I'm like, man, that's fucking William Dafoe whooping Spider-Man's ass.
That's your dumb ass. Like that's your ass not like allowing you're letting the real world seep into it, and so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like it was Toby's choice to not do the de-aging the same way that some of the others did. You know what I mean? So like, but I'm saying you could have Toby come 10 years from now and just turn on that technology, and he'd look the way they want him to look. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I don't think he was aging appropriately. What I took is, he's at the same Spider-Man 20 years later. He's gonna look like that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is he looked old, and I don't know.
I don't think they did the de-aging on him like everybody else did, dude. Like
they did like a couple hours. They're like, we're gonna de-age you a couple hours.
Yeah.
All right.
I respected that. I thought it was cool. Like it just made it fun.
I like the more mature Spider. I like that they had the balls to make a Spider-Man a little older.
Yeah.
And man, like, so does Andrew Garfield just hit a certain age and stop aging? Is that what it is?
Or he used the technology.
Oh, they used the technology.
You'll never know how much they touched him up.
Oh man, good. Because he looked old as shit in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I mean, old for a high school
for a high schooler, sure.
Definitely for a high schooler, but he looked in his 30s for sure. I think he was in his 30s.
I thought it was also like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Just watching the movie, I'm like, man, they are making it a point to not have the lizard transform until the very end. Same thing with Sandman. Like,
yeah.
They did not want these people to get on screen.
Those were the most one-dimensional of the villains, I think.
Yeah. I like that half of the people didn't even know the lizard could talk until he talked. That
was so good. Yeah,
that was like, whoa, well, I didn't know you could talk. Yeah,
they're like, is this an evil tree that turned himself in a tree by science? Or
yes,
whatever they said.
That was good, man. Nah, man, it's just a tree.
There's some good stuff. Poor Cloak of Levitation, man. That thing had to carry Ned all the way down. Man, that must have been taxing on the poor Cloak.
Oh man,
that's like if the Cloak had to lift my ass up. Like, damn, Cloak. The Cloak's
what do you guys think about Ned being magic? You think we're ever gonna get anything more from that ever again?
I think we're done. I think we're done with Ned and Zendaya.
You have to be done with them, right?
No, because Strange can still know. Strange can still know.
Yeah,
he
still knows.
It makes me feel bad for magic people in the Marvel universe because they don't have a school.
Does that fuck with the contract stuff though? If you get a Ned in a MCU movie,
Frank liked that joke.
It was good.
They don't have like a way of identifying magic potential,
like the way Roland does. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it fucks up a contract if that like if Ned's done with his contract with Sony, then he can go just do the other job.
I'm happy where they it's like said in the post. Like I think they left us off in the most perfect of situations because you can do 3 Sony Spider-Man movies. You can do 3 MCU movies, or you can just end it.
You could do 3 Sony movies, but also have him appear in MCU movies.
Yep.
You can do that.
You know what you do? You know what you do is you have, if these were the Spider-Man Homecoming trilogy, the second trilogy is just called Marvel Team Up.
Be sweet. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
First one, have him him and Daredevil have to
versus Kingpin.
Yeah, fight Kingpin. Yep.
Another one with the X-Men and another one with the Fantastic Four.
Yep.
There you go.
He'll be. I mean, I'm curious to see what his role is in what I'm assuming is the Fantastic Four.
Or you just do separate from Spider-Man movies. So you let Spider-Man have his Spider-Man trilogy, but you do a series of movies called Marvel Team Up, and you just have different characters do team up stories that and 3 of them are Spider-Man or whatever, or he's just in.
I don't think
he's just in fucking Secret Wars. He's Secret Wars.
Definitely, I think he's for sure.
I mean, we didn't even touch about that. What's your thoughts on the Venom, the symbiotes in the MCU now?
I loved it because it was all for nothing. It was all stupid, and it was all hype that didn't end up. He wasn't even in New York when he went back home, dude. He was still on the other side of the country, and the
symbiote's got a long way to go.
A comment in Venom 2 that they all have a hive mind across a multi-dimensional hive mind.
Yeah, multi-dimensional hive mind.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he was brought over. Is the mental gymnastics they're doing to make.
But that also makes it a plot hole, because if the symbiote still has the hive mind, then it still would know, and it should have gone back.
Yeah. And where the fuck was Topher?
I mean, it makes it easy for a Venom 3 to just show up with the fucking spider on the chest because of the hive mind.
Sure. I don't need it. I don't really need it.
It doesn't.
Is that as muddy as a Venom appearing to put a drop of symbiote into the MCU and dipping out?
It's more muddy because you're asking people.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah, that's where the line is drawn.
I drew the line a long time ago. I said, "Fuck this guy. I don't want him in this MCU," and I'm fine.
Well, you got your wish.
Yeah, I did.
He came in. He took a dump.
No, they took a dump on him, dude.
He took a Venom dump, and now you got a Venom dump in the MCU.
That was easily the worst mid-credit scene I've ever seen, and it's the same year that I saw that stupid Shang-Chi one too.
With the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, that was such a dumb one, but this one took the cake, man. That was easily the dumbest
Shang-Chi.
Mid-credits of Shang-Chi were stupid.
Were the Sorcerer Supremes talking to
where Wong brings
just talk to the Avengers,
talking to Banner.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was,
you don't like that?
That was a dumb scene.
Why was it dumb?
Welcome to the rodeo, or whatever he fucking said.
Yeah. Hey, you and your random friend who has no powers.
I mean, they just let straight up the fucking Zendaya and Ned in the Sanctum Sanctorum basement,
Yeah, and Doctor Strange wasn't happy about that either.
Yeah, but he's also not the Sorcerer Supreme, so he didn't care.
Yeah.
He was cool mom.
Wong is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm saying you're comparing apples to oranges, but I'm saying those people are actually doing something. Do I don't understand what I'm saying. Zendaya and or MJ and Ned
was doing stuff. He closed the.
What's Katie doing? What's Katie doing? Hanging out with Captain Marvel and Hulk.
Kate Bishop, one and the same, baby.
And also, shoot arrows. And also, I didn't even need the moment where I don't have her number. She just says that, but it's just dumb. It was.
You were gonna get Brie Larson because that's what that's the director's
MO. Here, that's what you're doing. You're letting the real world seep into the story. I don't care. I don't care if that's.
I know you don't care, but that's the real world.
But I'm saying make it matter to the story. Don't try and shoehorn it in because it's what you do. Make the story matter.
I don't.
Frank,
I don't
you
see why
weigh
you
in
hate-
on that.
Yeah, I think it's too forced. I think they
Super
need to make
people
they need to
hanging
make
out
it
with other
better. They
super
need to make
people.
me care about it as a viewer.
Mm-hmm.
In 5 movies, you'll care.
And I don't doubt that.
We're not doubting that, but I'm saying the same could be true about Venom.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
But
5
it
movies
doesn't
you
change the fact that right now that's a stupid fucking scene.
At this moment in time, it's a dumb scene.
We're not time travelers here, Ricky.
It was the same thing with
the
Thanos
Avengers
when he's
are.
all like, "I'll do it myself." Well, do what yourself? What are you going to do yourself? I don't understand. I thought that was stupid when it came out, but over time, like the context grew and it got better.
But you knew what he was doing himself.
I still don't know what he's doing himself
what did he
though.
do?
Like
you knew
everything
you
else he did, like with his guard.
You're
his,
silly.
his Black
Are we
Order.
gonna play Fortnite or what?
Yeah, let's go do it.
Okay, I gotta pee and then
All right, let's go.
be on there.
Ding, ding, ding.
Good night, everybody.
Ding,
Bye.
ding, ding.
Thanks for listening to us argue about stupid shit.
Yeah, ding, ding,
All right,
ding.
ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bye.